I think we can say that along with everybody else here. Get on with it!
Can any team participate in this online tournament? We actually kind of did random teams. I didn't get to be part of the process. Would you care to explain that real quick to that person?
I cannot read that bright green.
That bright green, it's hard.
Okay.
Epikill?
I don't know.
Epikill. That's what we're going to say. Oh, Luxman.
Absolutely. Here's what we did for the teams. We had a wide range of people who wanted to sign up for the tournament. And there were a wide range of skill levels. There were people who were under level 30, and there were people who were diamond tier. And so we really had to ask ourselves, how can we create the teams in such a way that they're
Ezreal, Trundle, Ahri, gone.
As balanced as possible. So we came up with a solution by pairing people through a mathematical value with the help of a certain Andrew Mamoni. And we used it in Excel to create kind of a bell curve line. And we used that to place people based on roles and skill rankings into teams of 5 so that they all kind of approach this average coefficient value in efforts to make things as fair as possible.
Wait, he only owns Tarek? Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yes, I think
it probably would have been a better ban to ban Diana, but...
Well, at the same time, though, that is a really fair point because I do know that the purple team has been drilling Tarek into Brad's mind all day. I sat down with him in TUC at 2 o'clock today, actually.
Now, what I would find funny is if they just didn't tell anybody and they were drilling, like, Nunu. And he's just going to come out with the pentakill Nunu. It's going to be perfect.
Jungle barrier.
Oh, also, to answer something from earlier, MP52 law, since you mentioned that, we will try and get that bigger in the next ones. We're going to tweak this after this since we've seen how it all works. And from now on, the casting will be a little bit better.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I said, it's both of our first time casting. It's the first tournament, so there's going to be a little bit of technical hiccups here and there, etc., etc. And it can honestly only get better from here.
And another thing to point out here, as since we're talking about casting, is that Austin and I are not the only shoutcasters.
I pointed that out.
Oh, you did already?
Yeah, I pointed that out.
Okay, good.
We currently have me, 2 others, one which is in the chat, the Bioslaw. And if other people would like to shoutcast, you can contact me. I've kind of been put in charge of this, so I'm trying to make sure I know all the ins and outs of Twitch and XSplit, sorry.
Yeah.
It's been a very long day.
OBS and XSplit.
OBS and XSplit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get that all set up so I can give anybody who needs to know some training, some help on that, and we'll go from there. So,
yeah, and to point out as well, for the
do you do that, and then we're going to look at who the picks
absolutely. Every shoutcaster we're going to have throughout the tournament is going to be different. They're all going to have their own play style, their own, flow, so to speak, and they could also have their own interfaces.
Sure.
I found this on Google and on YouTube. There's a man. His name is like Cranial something, and he does overlay tutorials. And one of those is this wonderful Garen Lux that we're seeing right now.
And really quick, I kind of like the 2-person cast. I'll probably cast a game or so on my own here and there. But if people want to come and hang out with me and be my casting partner, I will totally accept that. And that can be very entertaining and fun.
Yes.
But anyhow, let's look at our picks really quick. We have Aurelia again.
On Team 4 is the blue
Varus
team.
and Sona, which is going to be a whole lot of Pokeball.
Absolutely, so much poke.
Incredibly.
And really good initiation.
True.
2 initiation ultimates.
We got our Shiraka, our Jarvan again, but no longer in the jungle unless we're swapping out. We have our...
Looks like a Maokai jungle. They're aiming for tanky here. They're aiming for tanky. Hectics again with the Caitlyn. They did not ban the Caitlyn, which is very interesting. I would have banned Caitlyn over Lux. And then it looks like it'll be a Nivea mid. Very strong pick. Very strong pick.
And we're waiting for the last 2.
Yes, what will Daragard pick? He looks like he's going to be the jungler for this game. He is going for Jungle Amumu. This is looking to be an AoE initiation comp.
Yes, it is.
They have so much
They have the
all-in.
They have the lockdown with Varus and with Sona.
And then
And
Amumu.
with Mumu.
And they have a Nivea wall.
And Nivea's wall
plus the
the
AoE.
ulti.
And then they have Shuriken as Aurelia who can just go in and hopefully
And take the hits.
will hopefully go in and just assassinate Hectix or at least push him away from the fight.
Frozen, we like mudkips.
So actually, Frozen, because you said so, there is actually a friend in my friends list.
I don't think they can see it. Oh, yeah, they can see it. You're good.
Where
Husky
is it?
mudkips.
Where is it?
I don't know. You don't need to show them. It's Husky
Oh.
mudkip. Everyone, it's Husky mudkips.
It's. I heard you like. Yeah, I can't find it. Oh well. I have a friend named. I heard you like Mudkips. It was really, really funny.
Anyhow, going back to this.
I had
See,
nothing to say.
the top lane could be more difficult than last time, even for Shuriken, just because of the Soraka ult.
Oh, Yorick.
And the Yorick ult.
This could be very interesting. I have played a lot of top lane matchups in my day, and I have no idea how this is going to go out. Absolutely no clue. It looks like they could be playing Diana again. They are lacking AP damage, so it would be a very safe pick.
Malka. He doesn't.
Well, he doesn't do enough.
See, the interesting thing that you could look into this is Maokai is a good way to slow down Blue Team, just because of his ult, because of that incredible reduction in damage,
Especially since they're AoE as well.
and because they're AoE, and if there's a correctly timed Soraka ult, the Wish, that could change this incredibly.
Absolutely.
I know I pulled off one or two, especially when you've been my ADC.
Yes,
and
it's been good
pulled
days.
us-
Very good
it's
days.
pulled us out of terrible situations.
It has. It looks like they have very good soak up. I guess you would say
They
that.
do.
You know,
They
Jarvan
have
has a
a lot of
shield. Diana has a shield. They've got 2 heals. They have damage reduction, and then they have Caitlyn who can just kind of escape out of everything, as well as engaging from outside the team fight. And Catholics is chatting.
Thank you, Catholics. I'll be right back again. I need more to drink.
You need more to drink?
More to drink.
More to drink.
Don't worry, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm drinking apple juice.
It reminds me of Master Merrick. You're drunk. Go home.
Go. Oh God, little Karibo's gonna sue us for copyright infringement.
He would not.
Just like you do.
You're drunk. I'm not drunk. Maybe drunk on power.
Get out of here.
Evil power. And alcohol.
I'm dying a little. It's okay.
Oh, it looks like there's a
First
drinking
one.
game going up. Last game, drink every time Blitzcrank missed a pull.
Oh, that's me.
That can only end in one
That's
way, and
mean.
it is not well.
Oh, don't be mean. You're being mean too. Oh God.
We can play the Anivia drinking game.
No, that's also mean. Stop being mean to people.
I'm sorry, I love
This
everybody.
is a community of love. Okay, it's League of Legends. This might not be a community of love.
It's a community of hate and raging.
Stupid feeder. Come at me, bro. Anyhow. Back to reality.
We could make it neutral and make just drink every time somebody fails.
No, it's, yeah.
What happens if they
Still
miss a
do.
CS? Worse your face.
Patron. So we're actually making it worse. But this could be the determining match.
It could definitely be a determining match. The way this game will turn out will determine if we have one more match or 2 more matches for the night. And as we said earlier, the blue team definitely has the initiation comp, while the purple team has that soak, damage soak. So we'll definitely see how the outcome is. What's going on?
Nothing.
All right.
Carry on.
and more people are online. And we currently have 41 viewers. That is wonderful. For our first time, I wouldn't say that's too shabby.
No, not too bad.
It's better than most people.
I'm terribly ashamed. Not nearly enough love.
Not nearly enough love.
I need all the love. Now you heard some of the love, and I said all.
Now,
of the
as
love.
Ninfan5 has asked this question, which team is which? So, the last game, the blue team was
Blue is
team
4 and
1,
purple is 1.
and purple is 4. But in
Well,
this
this
game,
time they've swapped sides.
Yes,
'cause
they have
like
swapped
most
sides.
tournaments go. Swap sides.
and we have given teams the opportunity to name themselves, and this can extend as far on as you want into the tournament. Only, I think, 4 teams or 5 teams have decided to name themselves. And
Let's look at this.
let's
Currently,
take a
our
look.
only names are Team Solo Estrogen, Royal Knights of the Rift,
Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube, man.
and oh god, and Mythic Dawn.
Yes. It's a wonderful name. Alright.
Lord.
Yeah. I will love anybody to shoutcast that one. A great play by Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man. Is Kenya a team name? Do you want it to be a team name?
I think they were just going with the flag.
Which one is Kenya?
I'm bad at geology, don't worry.
Well, I picked it. I think it's team. Is it team 15? It's no. The for Cyclops, it is best out of 3. So this is the second game. I'm not sure if we heard Davine's name.
Don't tell people's names. Get out of here. You're leaking names on the internet.
But is that bad form or something?
Yes. No, Mr. Inopportunity, mayonnaise is not an instrument. And yes, I understand memes. Get out of here.
What?
It's a meme. Don't
It's a
worry about it.
meme.
We're gonna get sued for memes too.
Oh, I found out a new meme on Reddit today. It's something about a safe.
What? You're just... Get out of here. I'm not talking to you anymore. Anyhow, so looking at just the teams, honestly, just pure team comp, I think I gotta give it to Blue.
Blue team has definitely... Team 4 has really excelled in creating strong team comps. However, we'll see if they are able to pull them together. Because at our level of play, I mean, it's in part due to what champions and what team comp you can play, but more importantly, how well you can
No,
play.
the game has been paused.
The game has been paused indeed, everybody. We will see. Looks like someone is having lag issues or something, most likely. So we will see what happens.
A summoner has disconnected.
And there you go. That is the reason why Brad has disconnected. And so we're going to wait for him to relog back in. So while we wait...
Yeah, as I was saying before, I think I gotta give it to Purple Team, just because the hard CC with the Varus ult, the hard CC with the Sona ult, the hard CC
Has reconnected.
with
A
the
Moo
Moo, and the slow and the damage from the Anivia ult.
and the stun.
And the stun, but the stun can be a little hard to hit here and
They
there.
have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 6 stuns and snares in their team.
And that could really turn around, but at the same
Absolutely.
time,
And then they also have 3 additional slows,
that
2
is
of which
true.
are AoE.
That is also true.
As for the purple team, they have a silence, a knock-up, a snare, and that's really about it. So, but
And the game has resumed.
The game has resumed. It looks like purple team is going in for a red jungle invasion. Maybe. We'll see what ends up happening. Brad is still kind of chilling in base, seeing what he's going to be doing.
To summoners.
He has bought his items, however, so we'll see what he does. And it looks like the blue team is spreading out a little bit. They're definitely going to be protecting that blue buff. If I were the purple team, I would go for the level 1 invade. Definitely.
That's what they're going for, it appears. Or
They're going to kill him at red buff.
They're either going to try and kill him at red buff, or they might be trying to get a early first blood on the bot lane, trying to get Varus.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens right here. If Miggy or Seam Jenkins decides to go into that bush early on, there could be something very dangerous happening. And a first blood at this level of the game could definitely be a turning point, especially for this team.
And they might be trying to go in on this one, or they're going to try and.
They're hoping to get in the first
chat.
blood.
They might be trying to stop the goal.
I do think what they're going to end up doing is they're going to try to kill a Moo after he gets blue buff and proceeds to go get red buff. I think because, especially with high-level players
Well,
these
they
days.
might also be grabbing the red buff for the tree. And the tree's taking this race, too. I think they're honestly just trying to get the free red buff off him, which could also honestly backfire, because he could go straight up and get that red buff.
Yeah, they will.
If he doesn't secure it early.
Yes, this could end up really helping or really hurting the team, depending on how quickly or slowly a Moo kills that blue golem. Will really honestly determine how much trouble they have the potential of getting into.
And he's leaving the little.
He's leaving the minions.
Little lizards, which is good to stop the respawn timer from starting. But at the same time, you also lose control.
If you want to counter jungle, you need to destroy the entire thing. That is something that I myself am learning when I'm playing Jungle Cho'Gath. If you don't take out everything.
J4 is mid.
J4 versus Anivia is a
Oh, and Anivia's going down!
She's not going to go down well enough, though.
She's down, but the egg is going to save her. But that goes down for 5 minutes. So there can
And J4 has already used his Ignite and his Flash, I do
That's
believe.
true, but that could still be
just
lead
his
up
Ignite.
for an easy gank.
Absolutely.
And
Anivia
Anivia
is
might not
very
make
weak
it.
early on, especially.
He's still trying to poke them.
Let's take a look at Jarvan's stats. Can you click on Jarvan so we can see what runes
Right
and
there.
masteries he's been using? Okay, it looks like he is starting out with pure attack damage. By the looks of it, starting out with 100 AD at level 1. Or I'm sorry, no, he's level 3. Okay, so yeah, but he's definitely taking 80 runes.
He's definitely taking a lot of poke from Anivia. He might be paying for that.
Well, as push
And here
as
comes Maokai into the bottom, and Mumu's going in for the mid. This,
okay, who will get first blood this game? That is an interesting question.
And Boris is getting out with the barrier, and Sean Jenkins is getting out with the heal, just barely. And here comes the Mumu.
And the
And
Mumu
Mumu didn't get it either.
looks both ganks failed.
Failed gank.
Although they were both probably very close. It looks like Shuriken farming very well on top lane. Both top laners are actually doing quite well. We're going to actually redo everything here.
It is.
Oh,
Pretty much.
pretty much, yeah. So, let's take a look at how top lane is going to turn out here. Looks like Mumu is going to go in for that top lane gank.
Oh, here comes Maokai for the gank in the mid. Go back to the Stop it.
Go back to But Nivea's fine. Diana blew her flash, and she is out of mana. Maokai is very low on HP. He will most likely either be able to only jungle or be forced to recall. Amumu,
He's
however,
coming back into the mid.
Amumu is really trying really hard to roam. And he is just not getting much luck off of that.
Oh, and Jarvan's about to run into Mumu. Mumu's gonna get the first blood unless he can somehow get out
No,
of that.
Nivea was not able to react quickly enough.
No, she was not. It was close though.
Yes.
It was about 100 health.
Yeah,
Good
all it
lord.
would have taken is a Q, and that would have been first blood right there. And as we remind everybody participating in the tournament and watching right now, communication is very important for these kinds of games. But it looks like bot lane, their poke comp is having a lot more success than it was last game. Although Brian Roberts will have to keep in mind that winning bot lane is more about just poking the enemy, but also keeping up in terms of CS. So what do you think it's doing right now, Austin?
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen a first blood yet. Especially, I mean, honestly, I am. Just there's been a lot of first bloods.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been a lot of action. Certainly been a lot of room for plays, both in top lane, mid lane, and bottom lane.
And they just, honestly, they just couldn't carry through with them. They just couldn't follow through. And it happens. It happens. You run out of mana, or your teammate's not close enough and you thought you had it.
Now it looks like
And
Aurelia is
getting punished a little bit.
making a very clear effort, conscious effort to stay behind that river. She does not want to get caught off guard by Maokai early on in the game, and also by keeping that Diana pushed up top.
She opens up for ganks.
And Amumu goes in for a gank.
And Jarvan's getting out with
First blood on the Anivia!
with the stun.
That was beautiful. With that long range E, frozen flash out of that, and just barely did not make it. That was the longest range E I've ever
Didn't
seen.
flash.
He didn't flash?
No, he used the spear. His
He's
flash
a
is
spear.
still up.
Oh,
and
yes,
his
you're right.
Ignite.
And his Ignite is back up too now. So Anivia,
She has
Only one flash is burnt on purple, while we are missing flash for everyone but Aurelia and Amumu on
and
blue.
bot lane is really burning their summers. Amumu with the second game. We're gonna see what happens here. It looks like they've burned
With the
everything.
shield, she's making it past the tower, and Amumu and Aurelia are not going to try and push through.
They're not gonna get
That's
that
going to be
kill.
too much damage, especially with her.
There's low mana like such as that. And it looks like Darkness Dragon is asking who won the last game. Purple won the last game. Team won.
Would be fine. Anyhow, carrying on. I'm a bad person. Oh, no, it's okay.
It looks like now
Nivea's trying to
Nivea,
push out the lane.
being level 6, she has that ability to farm as much as she wants. As long as she has that blue buff, which is very important, she can really just have free range over anything and everything. It looks like
Very good ward by Nivea, just because Maokai will probably grab the blue and try and swing through river with her.
absolutely,
And
and
Jarvan's heading up top.
she will be able to see though, most likely. Just
Jarvan is trying to stop the blue. This could end badly, but he is going around the other way.
yeah, he's going either top
And here
lane.
comes the gank, possibly.
Oh, let's go take a
Except
look.
they are too
Let's take a look at
pushed.
the jungle right there.
Here comes the jungle and Jarvan.
Jarvan
Jarvan's
goes in.
going for the Mumu. And Nivea did get the blue, and she missed the wall, so Jarvan is getting out of there.
However, Amumu did survive, and that is the important part because Jarvan did burn his ignite, and that is very important, especially in the laning phase. Jarvan needs to get that kill on Nivea before that egg goes back up, and I do believe it is at that point in the game where her egg is back online.
Oh, that's right.
No, her passive is up. So
Jarvan's going to have to kill it twice.
And it looks like Maokai going in has successfully stolen the red buff a second time.
Mumu's
So-
not going to be happy about that.
Oh no, that red buff timer will be back up at minute 14 and 5 seconds. It looks like bot lane are going in for 2 ganks, but Amumu is not level 6. Let's keep that in mind. Oh, very interesting. That missed.
They're getting out of there, even with the Varusol.
Yeah, they should be getting out of this one. They should definitely be backing up.
Nivea's coming in.
She is coming in. It is
Might
not
try and
warded.
clear
It
up.
is actually. I'm surprised to see a lack of wards on the purple team side. Blue team is doing an amazing job at keeping that map awareness at peak levels. It is really critical that they follow through in that too.
It is, because they're going to start getting more and more ganks, and that's why, as you can see, that is why Diana ended up getting a ward finally instead of Chidori's, and here comes the gank in mid, and he's just going to push him out of lane.
Yeah, that Amumu is really trying hard, but he needs to be really careful with how he invades the other jungle, especially with
Such a low health.
so many gap closers.
And,
in the
he
team.
actually does not have the health. That was
But
Jarvan. My apologies.
Amumu is level 6, and he does have his ultimate, so he can go
And
on
the
in.
stun to stop him from being.
Yeah, absolutely, that Catholic
Great.
is being.
And there, and there's the bandage grab on Diana. And
And
the
a-
ultimate.
And then a slow
And the Aurelia
flash.
coming in. Aurelia doesn't have much mana.
And
Neither
Aurelia
does
does
Mumu.
not have ultimate.
And they
Neither
are
of them.
not going to try and dive that.
That was-
especially with her mana.
That was not a good
There
trade.
goes
in
the
my
ultimate from Aurelia, and it is not connecting.
opinion. So that is 2 ultimates for no kill. Jarvan is dangerously low in terms of HP. All it takes
Maybe
is
he's going for it, even under the tower, and she
and she
got
gets
it.
the kill. I think this is a repeat of what happened last game. The Team 4 definitely had a very, very strong 3-minute 20 laning phase. They're doing so with their superior use of early wards and map awareness, as well as their top laner Aurelia and Anivia refusing to push lane to give Maokai those opportunities that he needs to get the gank off.
And as Cyclops was saying in the chat, that's right. Like Anivia now dominates this lane with no one there to stop her. She gets free farm, especially with that ultimate. It's hard to miss any CS.
Now the real turning point that we will see in this game will most likely be seen in bot lane.
And here comes the Sona. Here comes the
let's see.
the blight and the ultimate, and the ultimate's bouncing, and here comes the teleport from
There we
Aurelia
go. Excellent.
for nothing.
Excellent. Yes. Hectix was really that secret, pro player for Team 1 last game. Going, what was it, 9-2, 9-1?
Cool. And they are going. That's why I teleported down.
They're going to take
They're
that
going to
turret.
try and take that tower with everything they got.
Diana is going to try to take top tower and reciprocate, but
I don't
honestly,
think they're going to make it.
I don't think
She
that's
might.
so bad.
She's going to damage a fair bit of that because there's no one there to stop her unless Mumu can get there.
I think.
And bottom lane, tower tier 1 is gone.
Amumu's going top to prevent Diana from really doing too much damage to that tower.
And to answer your question why people aren't taking out the other wards is they don't have vision on them. Like, as far as I have seen, I haven't seen a pink go down, nor have I seen a pot for the vision. So we got nothing. Oracle, thank you.
Now,
God, I'm doing poorly with this. Anyhow.
Now, one thing to see here is because Maokai is not being able to get those ganks off, he is turning himself into more of a support bot.
And here comes Diana. She might be getting this Aurelia.
Oh, there's a Jarvan. There's a Jarvan coming in. He could very well just flash alt kill.
And the Anivia with the wall.
Saving Aurelia's life. But there is the
Here comes
Mumu right
possibly.
behind. So they know what's going on here.
Oh, here comes Jarvan. He is not going to try and die at that tower, though. Has too much damage and too much stun and too much slope. Oh! And down goes Diana and the A.
Double kill!
But that was worth it for the double kill.
6-0. This is, and then Hectix is coming in. Hectix is coming into mid lane. It looks like they are trying to do a 3v4. Looks like both teams
coming in to try and catch him, but
are going to.
With a Mumu right there, I don't think it's going to work. And Hectix is going to come.
Especially one thing that I think is really making an impact here is Brad.
Here's the ult from Maokai to slow that damage down, and
Brad is not.
And he is knocking out of there, but he did make it out of the range for the Varus ult.
I would say Brad being forced to play
Anivia's out of
Soraka.
mana, and she has no passive. But here comes Mumu.
No, I don't think either of them are going to be able to escape this one.
I think they'll get past. Oh, Mumu is going down, but Anivia is going to escape.
Nivea had her passive up. She could have intercepted
no,
that.
Passive's gone.
Oh,
she just
down?
popped it. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Passive is down, down, down. We have roughly 4 minutes, I believe, for the passive to return. I have to check, but that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Sona is at full health, and so is Aurelia, but oh, Sona out of position.
Absolutely.
And down she goes right to Jarvan.
Yeah, it really turned from a 6-0 to 7-3 in less than 2 minutes.
And I think that is good for purple. Like I said, we're early on. We're really not sure which side, and the goal gap is close. It's very close.
And it looks like they're going for Dragon right now. They're aiming to change that gold gap immediately, and it looks like blue team has kind of slowed down with their warding, so they don't really know what's going on right now. They do see what's happening in terms of Dragon, but
here comes Mumu trying for the steal. Oh, and he's getting shot. They have complete vision on him, and Varus is going to try and get the arrow steal, and he misses it by a moment. And we are neck and neck for gold.
Absolutely. It's really going to be dependent, I think, this game, as to how well Hectix does in comparison to Nibby.
With red, and he's got to get that blue buff to Anivia.
Absolutely.
She has a lot of mana right now with her rod and her tier, and she has a good amount of sustain with the flask. But she needs the blue to be at maximum potential.
One thing I'm concerned about, though, is the discrepancy between Hectix as well as Miggy. Both are doing very well this game, much better. Miggy is doing much better than last game. However, what needs to be kept in mind is the difference in farm. Even though Miggy has one more kill on Hectix, Hectix has over 30 CS more, and that translates to roughly 500 gold advantage, or 400 to 500 gold advantage especially with that dragon.
No, that's very true. That is a very true thing.
And there's really nothing much really happening right now. It seems both teams are trying to jockey for position, except Jarvan is going bot lane. He is trying to catch Sona and Varus out of position, which
I
it
don't
looks
think he's
like.
honestly going to get it. He's going to
No.
miss him just barely.
Yeah, it looks
There
like their
is
ward.
never a good reason to go after Varus and Sona when you can't see him.
Yeah, thanks
Just-
to proper warding by Scene Jenkins, they were
Ooh.
able to see that coming. And
Here comes J4 into the middle, and he's got hit by the bandage grab. He's going to escape to the blue golem spawn, and Nivea just missing the wall.
Yeah, it was a good play. They took a tower and they survived a gank. And because of that tower, the difference in Dragon is now kind of negated a little bit.
But
Oh, it looks like perfect.
she is
Double
off.
stun, double
But
stun.
she flashes out of there, and
And
that
Mumu
bird is
is-
not going to get her.
Moom is completely out of mana, so he is out of commission.
He's got to go back and refill soon.
That was a very, very strong play. I think it would have been a little better if Moom started off with a Despair and Tantrum a little earlier than his ultimate.
Well, the problem was the mana. He hit it with the bandage grab, and he had his locker down there because he didn't. It's much easier for her to escape.
Well, Diana didn't have Flash, did she? Or no, she did use Flash. She used Flash to escape from that one.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in those
There's
moments
the
of
goals.
moments of confusion, she was in the middle of the lane right there. He would have had roughly about a second.
Not, like I said, man, not enough mana. There just would not have been enough to follow through.
Well, it looks like Shuriken is trying to take that tower. Diana returns to lane. Diana is trying to, looks like, build a Nashor's Tooth. She's going for Stinger for attack speed and cooldown reduction. Maokai is building Tanky. He's finished the Elder buff of the Lizard Golem, or the Ancient Golem, sorry. And he's probably going to go into...
Oh, to answer your question, the overall goal
Mercury
between
Treads.
Varus and Caitlyn, Varus is at pretty much 57,000, Caitlyn's at 57,000. Varus is at 5,200, not 1,000, both of those. Good lord.
Yeah. Definitely, as far as teams go, Hectix is once again proving his resourcefulness as an AD carry with his superior farming techniques.
Numerous move.
Catches himself.
And this is the problem that was happening last time, but it's swapped to the alternate team,
What?
right?
Which was the problem they were having?
Getting caught.
Oh, absolutely.
But frustration was getting caught. Best name today.
Best name.
Anyhow.
Speaking of names, there's a name change program happening.
Name sale.
Name
Soon.
sale.
As soon as next patch.
Next, it will be on the 26th, and any account that has not played a game since the beginning of the new year by May 12th, which is in a couple of days, will be eligible for name change. And my favorite account,
If they haven't played that game, it's not the eligibility, it's their name gets revoked. You lose your account.
you don't lose your account, they'll be told to change the name when they
Really?
next log in.
Did not know that. I thought it was your lost account. My
No,
bad.
you don't lose the account.
My bad, my bad.
But anyway, what I was trying to say is there's an account that has piqued my interest. It is called Shogun. So I'm going to get that.
You're gonna try.
What, are you going to take it from me?
Yes. Out of pure spite.
Looks like I have some competition for my favorite skin, as well as...
Oh, and there goes the bar
Whoa.
assault, but it's still gonna connect.
That's very interesting. A stun, the snare ran its duration while he was traveling with his spear. So that was very well connected.
He should not have stayed, though. This might be the it for J4.
And they missed...
And there goes the slow, and there goes the arrow. Just
If
barely.
St. Jenkins had landed that,
There goes
that
top
ultimate,
tower.
it would have been much different. Brad does have his ultimate, which he just used to save Jarvan's life. And it looks like...
oh, there comes the Maokai, and there comes the Caitlyn.
And Amumu misses,
Amumu's
but
coming in.
he does have his ultimate, I think. No, yes he does.
And
Amumu
Amumu's
uses
got
the
the
ultimate. They focus down butt frustration, but to no avail. Amumu might be able to, yes, he finishes the kill, and they go in and take out Brad.
Amumu is bailing out,
Oh, they do not. They're not
and
able
then
to
blue
finish the
team
kill.
is falling back as quickly as possible.
Yes, they take the objective. They take the safe tactic. Now they right now could easily contest or take their own dragon. But
They're
maybe
not-
not so much anymore because
Honestly, it
J4 is back up.
And honestly, they'd be probably better off getting the
Jenkins
blue.
is
And
totally
Jenkins is
caught
gone.
out.
And so is Boris for a double kill.
Absolutely, that was
The only downside of that is there was a wasted Hectic ult. No ace in the hole. Oh wait, no. It resets, I forget that.
Yep.
My apologies.
And now they're going to
Never
take
promised
that
I was
dragon.
good at the game. Just remember this.
Yeah, that was an insane burst by Jarvan.
And that's what he's good at. He's good at being tanky and just here's some really mean damage. And they Nivea Wall for Vision. They are going to try and contest this dragon, but I do not think they're going to be able
Oh,
to.
that was very close on Shuriken's part.
That
They
was
will not be able to.
Also incredibly
take out a
dangerous
kill.
for an Aurelia to even try that.
Well, Aurelia's passive allows him to really go in and take things, contest them. Looks like Shuriken is.
Oh, and they stop the slow, and Shuriken is going down. That was poor backing position.
Absolutely. And Diana takes a turret. It looks like this game is turning around. And once
Quite
again,
quickly.
at that 20-minute mark. We're seeing this once again. Their team play was wonderful up until that 20-minute mark, when the laning phase tends to end. And team fights start happening a little more frequently.
That's true. And, you know, what I've discovered so far is every time I say, I have faith in this team, they lose. So I'm just going to stop choosing teams. It's just better that way. Down goes blue buff.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have a top lane with blue buff and their mid with blue buff.
And look at Hectic's now. Coming from behind, he has 170 CS at minute 23, which is a really, really phenomenal number. And 4 kills and 1 assist, plus 2 dragons.
But
That is-
see, the thing about this game is you have to focus on the gold. There is not much difference between the gold. Well, that actually just changed that a little bit.
Well, let's take a look. 8,000 gold to Boris' 6,000 gold. That
And
is
that
a
could-
BF sword plus a little extra.
Yeah, that could honestly swing this entire game. It really could.
Yeah, now the only differences are between Aurelia and the junglers. Top lane and jungle is where the blue team is ahead right now. So if they can take their 2 tanky advantages and press them a little harder and utilize their abilities in team fights a little better, we could see something different. And as to Cyclops' question, is Hectix a sub? No, Hectix is not a sub. There was the first and the only trade that I've heard of in the tournament was between Hectix and Charles 12802. And the two were all agreed on between the teams and participants involved, and the trade was made.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to run for just a second. I will be back momentarily. I leave this to you for
And my-
a minute, my friend.
Let's see if I can't butcher this. Diana sees the Shuriken, goes in, thinking he's by himself and safe, but no, Shuriken goes in with the Q, kills Diana, and backs off as Jarvan shows up. And it was a very smart decision, being that Maokai and Caitlyn were right around the corner. And so it looks like the blue team groups up mid, and they kind of peel off as Amuma starts to farm his own jungle. Shuriken decides to ward, and they are clearly trying to press an objective. The question remains to be seen, though, can they take the objective within the next 10 seconds or create an environment that is favorable to them? Right now, it is Jarvan versus the entire team. Shuriken goes in, grabs a little bit of the tower shots. Move flashes out of the ultimate, which was a very smart decision, but it probably wasn't necessary at the same time. Looks like they were unable to take the tower as they wished. But if we can take a look, tower is at over half health, so that was a failed initiative on their part. But nevertheless, it looks like Jarvan is either sitting still or he is disconnected, but either... Oh, okay, it was probably just lag. He just
Also, they just this thing is going. Oh, the Mumu Wall going off! And Purple Team is going down!
And
with a
Jarvan is completely
perfect-
out of that match,
Oh.
too, due to wonderful positioning by Nivea, but Nivea is out
and
of
Here
mana.
comes Caitlyn.
That is really important to notice. Anivia and Amumu are very low on mana. Both teams are probably going to back off at this point. In fact, that is probably the smartest thing to do, as Diana can easily go in and assassinate almost any target she wants at this point. And Jarvan is at full HP. He does not have an ultimate.
And Dylan, to answer your question, or for what you were saying, I believe that's the case, but there's been some discussion going on, so I will get back to you shortly with that.
What is Dylan's question? Oh, gotcha.
There you go.
Yes, that is an issue that we are currently discussing right now.
Let's get back to the excitement.
Absolutely.
Okay. As soon as I say that, no one's doing anything. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you guys are terrible.
Killing me.
Well, it looks like right now Brad is leaving Hectics behind, which is a very cocky maneuver. It's often the downfall of many AD carries when their support leaves them behind. They start doing their own little thing. They are open to get caught out of position. But in this particular instance, that is not going to happen. Hectics is all by himself, and the blue team doesn't really seem to be aware of that. Of course, that situation is now changed. But wonderful poke by Nivea. Nivea does have that Leandri, so she's going to be doing a lot more damage, especially since all of her skills have some type of CC effect. So we can see some really amazing plays in the future. But looking again at the scoreboard, there's a very clear discrepancy in the amount of farm that both teams are doing. And so while blue team is doing a wonderful job, a really good job at keeping themselves in the game right now, and much better than last game, I would say.
Remember they swapped.
They did swap. They are still behind overall as in gold on an individual level, which is important to note because in team fights, often targets that need to do damage can't do damage because they don't have as much gold to get the output. Especially we're looking at Varus and Caitlyn, and I know keep going back to them because honestly the AD carry is one of the more important roles in the team fight for any team comp. So while Varus brings a little more to the table in terms of crowd control, they can't really deliver in terms of the raw damage output for Caitlyn. And we can see this right here.
With Dragon contest, but they know they're coming in.
Destroy that dragon. It's not even...
Purple is bailing out. Purple does not want to fight this.
But they bait it with the Aurelia. But it doesn't seem to matter anymore.
Didn't stick and just missed with the Amumu bandage.
Absolutely.
That could have been a very dead Maokai.
It looks like Diana's going to be caught, though. Diana, they do not know...
Diana's running. They're going to try and follow her down, but she is tanking those towers like a beast and missed the Amumu bandage again.
And they are going to get...
Blue team's going to try and get around her.
Looks like Diana burns the flash. She is trying to suicide herself.
Trying to suicide before any day. There's the Amumu grab, and that is it.
I mean, Diana is pretty much dead by this point.
It's not a bad. It was honestly not a terrible plan.
It wasn't a bad plan. What I would have done is simply stayed in that bush, though, and just hope they wouldn't have gone, because the instant... Well, they weren't going to that bush.
If I can't see them, they can't see me. No, I understand. There were two possibilities, and I don't know if that was a bad one. And Soraka just flashed away after the bandage miss.
Once again, we see very clearly that Brad is a new player, but he is...
That's fine, but he's been
playing very well.
He's been playing fantastically.
Yeah, he is an avid gamer, as I said before. He is from the exact board of
there comes
Planet
Varela,
Planet.
and down goes J4.
Brad really understands mechanics of what it takes to be a gamer, and he really catches on to these types of things a lot faster than the average player will. So that is a really big plus to him, and it kind of evens out the difference in skill level when you're comparing, low levels. So not always as bad as one might seem, especially with a good
Diana. She is not going to be able to stop that pick.
So it looks like the blue team is grouped up into all five, and they are looking to get a kill. Brad gets caught
Oh no, that was a
Wow.
correctly timed heal.
Very correctly timed heal. He didn't. He was very smart not to use his ultimate at the time, and the blue team backs off. I'm not sure when the dragon responds, but I would imagine it would be fairly soon. Is there any ward coverage on Baron?
There's just a single blue ward on Baron.
Purple team has no idea where everybody is.
Thank you,
But-
MP. You're also my favorite. But no,
I was your favorite,
get out of here.
but I'm right here.
Nope.
What?
Purple team's gonna try and push down the mid. They want that tower, and they want that inhibitor. They've got to get something going. While they do have the gold advantage, it's very slim. It's only about 1,000 gold. That can turn around really quickly.
Absolutely, one team fight on either side could really make or break this game. So while blue team might think they have the advantage, I would really recommend that they don't get too cocky, because it could change.
A single team fight could put them down.
It doesn't even need to be a team fight. All it has to do is, like, for example, if the support gets caught out of position, for example, that will really change the whole balance of the game, and then the purple team is really good at pushing those objectives, and they will most likely capitalize on that fact, as they are right now.
Down goes bot tower.
Down goes bot turret.
So that is something to think of. While there is not there's the gold gap is going up, and while they are losing kills, they are starting to take those towers back. They are starting to push back.
They're making up for that early game advantage that the blue team had. But the game is way more than just a laning phase. And I think that's what is really the difference between, since we're talking about this in terms of like skill level, the difference between like a diamond level player and a silver level player. Even if that silver player has really great mechanics in terms of last hitting and like the laning phase and can get 100 CS by minute 10, the reason they're probably in silver and not in diamond is because they don't know how to push those objectives and bring that advantage to their team, and how to force team fights and objectives in the way that is most beneficial to their team. And it's very clear to me
Blue team's trying to push down those center again.
that the purple team knows when and how to fight. They're currently losing in kills, but they are in this game very much because they know exactly how and when to engage. And their only deaths have usually been when they get caught because of the lack of ward coverage, which I would think is their only real criticism,
And Jarvan taking a ton of damage.
aside from Anivia OP. I actually think there's one other Anivia player in the UC LoL group that is a dedicated Anivia player. I'm not sure if that's Catholic's main or not, but we do have one other. I think David Cohen is a Anivia main. I would love to see a battle
Oh,
between the
and
two.
there was the grab, and there was the flash, but it didn't matter. Because there goes the Moonwalk.
And there goes
And
the
Varus
Poros
ult.
there, and here we
And
see
down
the
goes
power
two.
of an AoE comp. And now Brad forced to use his ultimate. Their two main source of damage are down. Frozen knows this. He cannot contest this tower. He really can't do anything at all. He ults the Amumu, and
Trying to lock him down, but it's not going to work. There's too much damage, and down goes the inhibitor.
absolutely, they're going to take this inhibitor, and they are probably actually, if they play their cards right, they could maybe get one more turret. But no, they're going to kill Brad, so now they have no sorts of heals, and it's just two tanks for the next 15 seconds. And the question is, do they try to take another tower, or do they they're going to take bot tower. They're absolutely going to take bot tower. They can do it. They have the 10 seconds to do so, and there is absolutely nothing that the other team can do about it, because
No damage.
well, not only that, but Caitlyn is the only one outside with Jarvan that has home guard. So even if they ran to that, it'd be a 2 versus 5. They would fall instantly. And for the first dragon in both games, goes to the blue.
No,
Was
this
there,
was the dragon before this.
oh, that blue got?
I don't recall.
I don't think the blue. I don't think this.
Purple got that because blue came in to try and contest it, and it did not work.
Yeah, I meant to say this is the first dragon that Team 4 has gotten. Now, top tower is dangerously low in terms of HP. If we take a look real quick, it has almost no HP. Like, you could really
few
walk
hits.
up and auto-attack that. It looks like Hectic's is...
And the gold gap has closed and is starting
Actually-
to go towards blue.
Yeah, it's really...
Blue is starting to take over the gold.
And it just goes to show that, people were initially really shocked to see if there was a diamond player going against a team that, at first glance, had 1 gold and silvers and bronzes. But I would say that after watching this game, many people would agree that, this game is certainly not as one-sided as people were first thinking it would be. And that is really, I think, what makes UC LoL so great, is that we have so many people that, while they're in different ranges, we're all able to communicate well. These are people, we might see in between our classes or have been friends with for quite some time, so we have that level of communication.
And here comes the vanish shots. And the ultimate stunning.
Absolutely.
This
But
might be over.
Nivea backs off to
Nivea
focus
will-
off the Caitlyn, brings Caitlyn out of the fight, so they do not have that
Down
damage.
goes
Perfect
purple.
play, perfect play. Like I said, it was that balance of communication that really allows this blue team to even the odds. And Anivio chases the Caitlyn out of the fight completely. It's going to be another 30 seconds easily until Caitlyn is able to do anything in this game at all. And even though top lane is pushing a little bit, there's not going to be much happening, and blue team is going to get uncontested Baron very well.
Baron going down incredibly quickly.
Yeah, I would recall if I were them, spend the money that they now have, and just try to use that to take as much as they can. Now the question is though, how will they try to end the game? If they can end the game, will they try to lane push to try to get as many towers as they can, or will they try to end this as in one fell swoop? And which way is best?
Honestly, I don't know. I think they might try for another push down mid because that is what they've been doing predominantly. I think they're going to keep going with the strategy that's worked so far, and they're not going to try to push out the lanes.
Absolutely. They just need to keep in mind where their team is at all times. Varus now has that red buff. And so with that red buff and Baron, he should be able to match himself with Caitlyn, especially with the amount of peel that the purple team has. And they've got those vision wards up. So now purple team has a vague idea of where they are as long as no one steps on those Yordle traps, which have been really predominantly successful at catching people
And
off
Blue's
guard.
trying to push down all the towers.
It looks like
There
Mumu
goes
goes in
Mumu ult.
for an early ultimate, although Anivia makes it successful because
There goes
my
Soto,
God.
and they are going to clean up.
3 kills, 3 stuns.
Nivea's almost down, but her passive is up.
Yeah, Anivia is completely
Down goes J4.
Anivia goes legendary this game.
And down goes Maokai.
This game, my friends, is
My
over.
over.
This game is over. GG, looks like we're going to see one more game tonight.
Final match.
Final
I'm
match.
honestly kind of surprised.
I'm
A little
really
bit,
excited.
a little bit.
I'm really excited personally. I hope you guys are enjoying the shoutcasting right now. There's currently 36 people watching, so we're really excited to see these numbers right now. And we hope you guys are having a good time as well. And it's a victory for Team 4. The score stands 1-1. And it looks like, according to Nick, our shoutcasting is awful.
Oh. Stop watching and go away.
What an amazing game. Honestly, that was really, really well done.